The town of Pilot Knob was never a tourist destination. It was a secluded corner in the deep woods, where roads twisted like serpents through dense vegetation, and occasionally unusual claw marks appeared on trees. Local residents openly spoke of the legend of Mary Louise Ford and her daughter Mary Allen Ford, known as witches who lived in these parts centuries ago. The legend surrounding their lives was so strange and terrifying that few were willing to refute it. Many lives were claimed by this legend. Local elders breathed a sigh of relief when it was decided to administer vigilante justice to Mary Louise and Mary Allen rather than await an official court decision. Their bodies were seized and burned in a bonfire, and the ashes of their lives were buried beneath layers of earth. But that, it seemed, was not the end of the story. Even now, centuries after their demise, Mary Louise and Mary Allen continued to live in the imagination of local residents as cursed souls wandering in the twilight, searching for what was lost. Most of the outrage was directed towards Mary Allen's fate. Her innocent, childish soul was denied peace. Instead of resting in peace in the afterlife, her body was buried right here, under a concrete cover, like yet another offshoot from the graveyard where others lay. But had her soul truly departed this world, merging with the flesh of the earth, Mary Allen remained in her final resting place, a small metal coffin encased in concrete, seemingly ensuring that no one would ever see her again. But sometimes belief in magic and curses can be more powerful than any weapon. And so, amidst the towering white pillars reflected against the backdrop of the night sky, a mysterious entity wandered. Some locals claimed it was indeed Mary Allen, searching for her mother, unaware that Mary Louise's body lay far from her in another realm. But for those who believed in legends, it was a sign that the curse had not yet completed its mission. Those who dared to approach this place returned with tales that sent shivers down the spine of anyone who heard them. They spoke of the sounds of running feet, of children's voices calling from beneath the earth, of flickering lights deep within the graves at night. But most terrifying of all, they spoke of hands emerging from beneath the ground, luring people into their concrete hell. And amidst this atmosphere of fear, one man, Sam Wilson, decided to test his luck. Rumors circulated that he had lost his beloved wife under mysterious circumstances, and now he sought answers that might be hidden in these parts. He believed that if anyone could find the truth, it was him. So, enveloped in the invisible force of faith, he stepped into this graveyard alone, holding his breath at the slightest noise emanating from the shadows around him. His footsteps were heavy and cautious as he monitored every movement, waiting for the eruption of fear. But unfortunately, he encountered not only fear. Something else, something beyond his rationality, awaited him in this place. What he didn't account for was that the power of legend could transform into reality, especially for those who believed in it most. And as he approached the spot where Mary Allen rested, his hand descended into the earth, attempting to lift the lid of the concrete hell that awaited beneath. But what he felt was not so much concrete as it was a cold, sticky substance pulling downward, engulfing his hand and drawing him inside. Sam screamed, fighting for his life, but no one heard his cries. He was alone in this graveyard, with a cursed soul pulling him down. And when he vanished from the surface, none of the locals knew what had happened to him, and his name joined those who had lost their lives in these woods. And so the legend continued to live on, and those who knew little of the mystical history of Pilot Knob continued to sleep under the stars, remembering that they lived in a world where dreams and nightmares merged into one. And Mary Allen, whether she truly existed now as a ghost wandering among the white pillars, awaiting an answer that may never come. Mary Allen wandered among the white pillars bordering the cemetery, as if enveloped in the mist of twilight. Her existence was the boundary between reality and mysticism, between the living and the dead. She was the embodiment of a curse woven from the dreams and fears of the local residents. She herself did not understand how her fate had come to be. She simply wandered, waiting for help, waiting for an answer. But the answers never came. Her mother, Mary Louise, seemed to have detached herself from the world, leaving Mary Allen alone amidst the shadows of her past. Yet from time to time, someone still came to this place. Those who wished to uncover the mystery, those who sought to solve the riddle of the legendary witch, came with their questions and hopes. But they came and went, finding no answers. And one night, as the fog thickened and the darkness deepened, Mary Allen felt that her existence was now threatened. Something had changed that night, something that made her feel a fear she had never known, even in life. In the moonlight, she saw a shadow that appeared foreign among these pillars. A stranger who had come into her territory, who intruded upon the world where she was once safe. And she felt that her presence was no longer a secret, that her existence was now in danger of disappearing without a trace, like memories of the past. Only Mary Allen could save herself from this. Only she could ensure her existence, but to do so, she had to confront the shadow of her past, to return to the roots of her curse. And so, she began her journey. A journey back in time, back to the days when she was still alive, when she was happy, when she was still human. She passed through memories of her childhood, through memories of her mother, through memories of her own curse. And when she returned to that place, to the cemetery, she felt her strength restored. She was once again here, among the pillars, amidst the darkness, ready to confront the danger. The stranger stood where she had last seen him. He was a dark shadow in the nighttime, from which emerged living eyes that gleamed, watching her. But Mary Allen was not afraid of him. She was free from fear, free from doubt, free from pain. And she took the first step, a step that made him pause. She walked straight towards him, unwavering, never averting her gaze. And when she reached him, she raised her hand, placing it on his chest. "You do not belong here," she spoke with a voice heavy with the echoes of ages. "You have violated the world in which I dwell. Now you must pay for your crimes." The stranger did not respond to her words. He simply stood there silently, awaiting her decision. But she knew he understood. He understood that she would not leave him until she had done what she was meant to do. He understood that she was a part of this world he had violated, and that she would fight for its restoration. And so, with one last glance at the night sky, Mary Allen removed her hand from his chest and released a powerful stream of energy, banishing him from this world once and for all. And as she watched him disappear, she knew her mission was complete. But this was only the beginning of a new chapter in her story. Mary Allen felt that she had regained a sense of purpose, that she could once again seek the true answer, that she could find her mother again. And she was willing to do whatever it took to achieve it. Her adventures were just beginning. "You are disrupting the world between worlds. You are dangerous not only to yourself but to all who dwell here," she continued, her voice sounding like an earthquake. Her eyes, once filled with childish tenderness, were now filled with power and strength emanating from the depths of hell. The stranger remained silent, but his eyes never wavered from Mary Allen. They persisted like a hunter, guiding him through this place. Yet he did not move, nor did he utter a word. "You must leave this place before it's too late," Mary Allen said, pressing on his chest harder. "You do not understand what you are doing. You are meddling in affairs beyond your capabilities. You must leave this place before the worst happens." But the stranger still remained silent. His eyes were mesmerized, locked onto Mary Allen, like stars in the sky. They were the only light in this darkness, the only sign of life amidst the dead. Then Mary Allen released him, stepping back. "I give you one chance," she said, her voice echoing like thunder. "One chance to return to where you came from and never come back here again. If you do not take it, the consequences will be uncertain." The stranger hesitated, his eyes flickering like waves crashing against rocks. He felt the pressure bearing down on him, like a mountain asserting its strength over him. And then, without a word, he vanished, like smoke, disappearing into the shadows that enveloped this place. Mary Allen was left alone, among the white pillars rising from the ground. She knew it wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of a new journey, a new trial. But she was ready for it. She was ready for any challenge this world might bring. And so, amidst this darkness, amidst this place where the past met the future, Mary Allen stood firm, ready for whatever may come. She was free from fear, free from doubt, free from pain. And she continued to wander, beginning her journey in this world that was unfamiliar to her, yet just as fragmented as she was. Her curse was not over, but it was the beginning of a new chapter, a new story written in blood and earth. Mary Allen continued her journey in this world, where the line between the living and the dead was thin, and a moment could change everything. She wandered through fragments of time, through memories and dreams that surfaced with every step. Her path was uncertain, but she did not fear the unknown. She was free, free from pain, free from fear, free from doubt, and she continued her journey with confidence, knowing that she would find her way. Much time passed, but Mary Ellen did not tire. She continued her journey, exploring the world around her, seeking answers to questions asked centuries ago. She met various people, learned from them, shared her experiences. And when she found herself standing in front of the old house where she once lived with her mother, she felt that it was the moment she had been waiting for. She knew she had to enter this house, that she had to confront the past. With each step towards the entrance of the house, her heart beat faster. She was prepared for what she might find inside, ready for what might happen. It was her destiny to decide whether to continue her journey, to stay in the past, or to open the door to the future. And when she pushed open the door that opened before her, she found herself standing in the old room filled with memories. Every corner of the room spoke to her about her past, about her childhood, about her mother. And she realized that it was time for her to take a break from her journey, to look at her past with new eyes. She sat on the floor, clasping her hands to her knees, and closed her eyes, allowing memories to engulf her in their world. And she knew it was just the beginning, that it was the first step on the path to discovering herself, to understanding her true place in the world. And she was ready to accept this challenge, ready to continue her journey, wherever it might lead her. Mary Ellen woke up in the old room, confronted by her memories that enveloped her like a veil. Her heart beat steadily as she opened her eyes, once again finding herself in a world different from the one she was used to living in. She sat, surveying the room. The memories echoing in her mind were like puzzle pieces in need of assembly. She recalled her childhood, her mother, memories of the place where they lived. Every image, every sound, every sense stirred a wave of emotions within her. Beyond the door of the room, she heard voices calling out to her. She felt the pull to step out and explore the world again. But she knew this place was important to her, that she still had something to do here. She looked around, searching for something that could help her understand what she needed to do next. And then her gaze fell upon an old trunk tucked away in the corner of the room. With strong hands, Mary Ellen opened the old trunk. She pulled out an old book, covered in dust and cobwebs. As she flipped through the pages, she saw old records, manuscripts that could contain answers to the questions she had been asking herself. Mary Ellen began flipping through the pages, reading her mother's words. She encountered her wisdom, her experience, her love. Every word, every sentence penetrated her soul like a key unlocking the doors to the deepest secrets. And then, among these records, she found it. A black note that stood out among the others, catching her attention. She took it in her hands, examining every word, every letter inscribed on the page. Mary Ellen, the ink on the page read, "You are the light that shines in the darkness. You are the fire that burns in the heart of this place. You are the key that unlocks the doors to the future. Remember, you are never alone. You will always find the strength within you to overcome any obstacles." Mary Ellen felt herself stepping out of that room, stepping out into a world that was new and unfamiliar to her, but she was ready for it. She was prepared for whatever journey might come her way. And so, with memories of her mother, with the words of wisdom she found in the old book, Mary Ellen continued her journey in a world where dreams and nightmares merged into one, where the past met the future, where every step could lead to the greatest discoveries. And who knows what this world might hold for her in the future? Will she find answers to all her questions? Will she discover her true calling? Will she find the light in the darkness that she so desperately seeks? And so, Mary Ellen's story continued, continuing her journey in this world where every moment could be decisive, where every choice could have consequences that affect everything around her.